Well, all right. Welcome back to the Quite Frankly Show. I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff to talk about. But for this specific video, I'm going to talk about tonight's episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Tonight was truly interesting. Like, honestly, I skipped over all of the other stuff because I wanted to get to the part with Monique and Candiace and how all of that played out. Because they were they basically carried the season, okay, with their drama and, the stuff leading up to this fight, it was building up. In the previous episode, we seen that Monique and Candiace and the girls, they was at Monique's lake house, and there was a moment where Candiace, Robin, Wendy, that's the newest cast member, and Monique, they were all sitting by the pool, and they started discussing what happened the night before, because Candiace, she had got some information from a friend of hers pertaining to Ashley's husband, and how he's been cheating. That's a whole nother topic, but and so the night before they was at the pool, Monique planned this little, fire pit thing for them all to come together. And so Candiace and Giselle, they said, we're going to tell Ashley. And I guess they felt that was the right time to do it, considering that Giselle would be leaving the next day because she has an award that she won for her book that talks about her cheating ex-husband that she's now with. But so they were still in the house. Monique was like, "Hey, y'all coming outside?" They said, "Yeah, we coming outside. We'll be out there in a few." So Monique's like, "Okay." So Monique comes back in. She's looking for some s'mores and stuff to make the s'mores. And she still sees them sitting there. So she's like, "So y'all gonna come out?" So Monique, she's feeling some type of way because they're still in the house and they're not outside. And so Monique eventually goes back outside. Ashley comes downstairs. And before going outside, Candiace and Giselle pull her to the side. And they begin to tell her about the information. And so they eventually come outside. And at this time, Monique and the other girls, they have been waiting for about an hour for them to come outside. That's what she said. They've been waiting for about an hour. By the time they get out there, now they talking about something. Well, they edited, but they was talking about, well, I'm tired now and I'm ready to go in and whatnot. So, so that was that. Then the next day, when we was at the pool, they brought it up. Monique expressed her feelings about the situation. And then it kind of escalated to the point where Candiace just said, "You know what? Forget it. I'm not even going to deal with this." And she walked away. And Candiace, all in her confessional, she was saying, Monique is this and that and whatever. So, going from that point, move past. So then to when it was, so the husbands came. Now, husbands was there already, and so before they left, they did this little game, imitating your wife or whatever. And when it was time for everybody to leave, Monique is tired. I could see that she's actually tired. All that she was dealing with the kids, with her kids, having to plan this whole thing for the lake house and all that. She's tired, so she went to sleep, literally right there. She's laid back and went to sleep. Candiace felt that, Monique was personally, closing her eyes, not, and, pretending to be asleep so she didn't have to say nothing to Candiace. And I feel like that's kind of strange because considering the fact that Monique hugged you today in this episode, so I mean, just, so now we're here in this episode, and, of course, they blocked out the fight, and so we're basically gonna see the fight until the next episode. The full extended part of the fight for the next episode, in the next episode. So now, let me break it down to you. This is how I seen it. Not everybody's going to agree with me on this one, but that's okay. Now, how I seen it was this. So, from the video, you can see that it came to, okay, so Giselle was like, okay, y'all think y'all coming out, basically saying, okay, it's time for y'all to go. Y'all ain't gotta go home, but y'all gotta get out of here. So, Candiace replies and says, I love you all, Karen says, oh, that's good, could you have something to drink or whatever, just being funny. And so, Monique says, oh yeah, that's the drink, yeah, that's her drinking. There's always something with the drinks, making a little comment. And so then that's when they started having an exchange of words, okay? From that moment on, it escalated to them talking about the house situation and then other issues, and then some of the other girls was chiming in about it, and then Monique was like, hey, you see this, and then see how she's acting, this and that. And so Candiace, she's all spinning around, being silly and whatnot, and you're just making crazy comments, And so from then on, here we are at a point where Candiace, so Monique is reaching out her hand saying, you're just doing all of this, you're just doing all of that. And so then that's when Candiace, she walks up. And so Candiace at this point is, saying stuff, but she got her hand up in Monique's face. Not like this, but like this, like close like that. From the angle that I seen, it was like this. So, Candiace doing that. Monique says, get your hand out of my face. And then that's when Monique said, get your hand out of my face. Candiace says, oh no. Candiace was like, would you put your hand in my face first? And so that's when Monique reached over and started flicking her hair. Kind of flicking the hair. And then that's when Candiace says, you're gonna drag me? Monique says, you want me to? Then that's when they kept saying, but then Candiace was like, then that's when Candiace went from asking, you're gonna drag me, to drag me. And so then that's when Candiace put her hand out to push Monique. And so then that's when Monique proceeded to snatch her up and, do what she did. And then, they cut it out. And then you hear Karen saying, let her go. And I believe Giselle was saying, yelling Monique and all that. So, now this is how I see it, okay? One, they were both wrong. Let's just say that. They were both wrong. I'm Team Monique, but I'm not on her side and I'm not on Candiace's side. I love Monique all day, every day, that's my girl, but I'm not on either side, okay? They were both wrong, okay? But let me break it down for you, because in an intense moment, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen in an intense moment. In that moment, it was intense. Believe it or not. It may not seem like it was intense. It may have seemed, oh, they were just doing too much. No, it was an intense moment for the both of them because they already had previous issues. So the fact that they're getting up that close in each other's personal space to the point to where now, a hand come this way, a hand starts flicking the hair, it starts to, stuff just starts to go crazy. So, listen, you put your hand up in somebody's personal space. It don't even got to be up here, but you put your hand in somebody's personal space. For one, you don't put your hand in nobody's face, or you don't get close up in nobody's personal space, knowing that the moment is intense. You just don't do that. It just doesn't work. So, you put your hand in somebody's face, then the person proceeds to flick the hair. Now, at that moment, you put your hand in somebody's face, you put your hand in the person's face, then they proceed to flick the hair. That at that moment, they're basically telling you. So, well, first off, they're looking at, you putting your hand up in my face. That must mean you want to do something. You trying to start something. And so the person is at this point gonna flick the hair, and they're like, okay, well, you know what, you want to do something? Come on, let's do it. And so then that's when you proceed to put your hand out and I guess push the person. And then that person reacts to putting both of their hands on you and drag you. Again, it may seem like from what I just said, I'm on Monique's side, but I'm not. I'm not on either person's side. I'm on the side of you don't get in each other's personal space in an intense moment unless you're really ready to go there. I'm the type of person, I don't fight. I don't fight at all. But at the same time, you're not about to get up in my personal space in an intense moment. We already like this. So the fact that you put your hand up in my face and then you expect me not to, like, well, come on then, well, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Now, see, I'm one of the people that I don't fight, but I know how to fight. We have a lot of people out there that don't fight, but they know how to fight. I call them the silent killers. But again, but I have to say this: you're not gonna get up close on me, and I already don't like you. We already have our exchanges, and right now, in this moment, it's already intense. And then you proceed to put your hand in my face. You proceed to get up in my personal space. Then that's when, I would react. Now, normally, even if I was in that situation and the person's hand was in my face, as long as they didn't touch me, I would be okay. I'm that type of person. You could literally get up in my personal space, be close, and not touch me, and I won't touch you. But if you touch me, if you put your hands on me, even if you moving your hands and then they do like that, then I may just end up responding. So I see Monique's side, but then I also see Candiace's side, because again, Candiace in that moment, she probably felt like, well, I didn't touch you, you first touched me. I didn't touch you, you touched me first. So I could see that. But you have to see the other side too. You just don't get up in nobody's personal space. So again, they both wrong. You wrong, Candiace wrong for getting all close up on Monique, and Monique wrong for touching, Candiace. So Monique did touch Candiace first, but Candiace initiated for her to touch her by putting her hand up in her face. Again, we don't know how a person is going to react to the situation. We don't know that. We don't know how this person, that person is going to react to something. We just don't know that. You don't know how I will actually react to you putting your hand. I could say something, but if I'm at a point, if we're in a really, really intense moment, I'm already in fight mode, and you get that close to my face, you never know what can happen. Again, I'm not a fighter. I'll say that again. I'm not a fighter. I believe in talking things out. That's me. I believe in talking it out. Trying to work it out before it can even get to that point. But if you are, but if you know, if the tension starts to build, and then I'm over here just like I'm having my dialogue with you, and I'm over here, but then you proceed to come to me, then I got to be in defense mode. Now, in looking at this situation though, it doesn't look like Monique really had to be in defense mode. I honestly see that Monique, she was building up some anger. She had some built up anger towards Candiace. She honestly did. You can't tell me that she didn't. Monique had some built up anger towards Candiace for her to just just start flicking her hair. She had some built up anger towards Candiace, and Candiace also too. She had some built up anger towards Monique too. They both had built up anger towards each other, which initiated Candiace to get all up in Monique's face by doing the hand thing, and then boom. I feel like if Candiace stayed at where she was at with her twirling around and all that, I don't even think it would have got to that point. But again, you have to look at the video and you have to really say, look, okay, yes, Monique extended her hand first, but Monique extended the hand, but Candiace was like all the way over here, spinning around. But Candiace walks over here, puts her hand this close to her face, and then Monique's like, get your hand out of my face. And then Candiace says, oh, you're gonna drag me? Drag me. And then that's when Monique starts flicking her head. You want me to? Candiace do this, and then Monique does that. So, so again, I'm not on either side. I'm not on either side. I'm simply evaluating, dissecting the whole situation. And from dissecting the whole situation, both was wrong. If you comment and say that Monique was wrong, Candiace was wrong, or if you're gonna comment and just say Monique was wrong, or if you're gonna comment and just say Candiace was wrong, I feel like you really need to look at the video again, because they both were wrong. They both were wrong. I love both of these ladies. I love both of them. But they both were wrong in this situation. Both were. Because it didn't have to go that far. It didn't have to escalate to that point. As grown women, as grown men, we should be able to communicate without hands being thrown. If you don't touch me, I ain't got to put my hands on you. We can have a dialogue, just don't get up in my personal space. We have to respect boundaries. Again, both were wrong. They should have never got up close. They should have never got that close to each other. They should have never got that close to each other. Honestly. When Candiace started doing that, somebody should have pulled her away. They should have just whoosh. Wendy should have just whoosh. But nobody did that. They didn't really start to try to pull Candiace away until Monique started flicking the hair. And then, boom, it escalated. So, tell me what you think in the comment section down below. I want to hear your thoughts, your opinions. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree, and tell me why you disagree. Tell me why you agree. But like, comment, subscribe on the road to 500 100,000 subscribers. 10,000 giveaway when that happens. God bless you all. I love you all. See you all in the next video.